Are you looking for some really easy ways that you can save money this spring of 2024? If you are, Aaron and I have you covered. If you're new to our channel, we are the Canny Couple. I'm Julia.
I'm Aaron.
We're a small homestead family in rural Southwest Virginia that work every single day to merge homesteading and frugality, reducing our dependencies on outside sources. And today we want to talk about with you some really easy things you can do right now to save money in spring.
Yeah, so, it might either be spring in your area or you're about to hit spring. So we thought this was a good time to say, some of our tips that can save you from a frugality standpoint.
Absolutely. And for us, we actually won't be able to put some of these things into place until a little bit later, probably around April.
Yeah, probably about another
Couple weeks.
3 weeks or so for us.
But some of these we're putting into place now. And these are things that we do every single year to help save costs. And we're hoping they give you some inspiration. So put us in the comments below what you do to save money in the spring. We would love to hear that. We'd love to do an episode on that. And if you want to hear even more tips, let us know in the comments below. Before we get started, a little tongue-tied a little bit, we would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. So first tip, what can you do to save money in spring?
Is turn off your heat.
When it's warm enough.
Right. Don't turn it off, if you're still having 30-degree nights, for example. But, hey, when you have those 40, 50-degree nights and then 70-degree days, you can probably turn off the heat then.
We have a couple 30-degree nights coming up, so we're still in that phase where we can't. But when we have 2 weeks of consistent 40 degrees and we're noticing the heat's not kicking on, we'll turn it off. And then after that, it's off for most of the year till the next winter.
Right. Yeah, right. And, check out later on when it gets summertime to hear, how we don't turn it on for air conditioning in the summer.
Yep, we'll do a video on how we stay cool. So turn off your heating unit when it's warm enough. The next thing is to change out your curtains. So this is something I did last year and it helped so much. So in the winter time, I have dark back curtains that absorb the heat. I have my gray velvet curtains that help absorb the heat. In the summertime, we do a 2 curtain layer system. So I have a dark set and then I have a white back set. So my white back set are the ones that will reflect the heat and I make sure they're facing the window. So any sun that comes through reflects back outside.
Right.
And we felt such a huge difference.
Oh, yes, yes. You wouldn't believe how that has changed stuff, just having those on, even on windows. Like, we have some really good windows from an energy perspective that it still makes a huge difference on.
And with the white back curtains, what I do is I actually pull my gray back curtains back all the way, or you can take them off and we don't have to use actual lighting in the house.
Right.
So right now we do have to have at least a light in the house. It is dark with the curtains, but it does keep the house warmer. So it's a trade-off. We use the plug-in lamp. It uses like 7-10 watts, hardly anything. And that light stays on pretty much throughout the day just so we have a little bit of light to make our way through the house. But in the summertime, we don't have to have anything on until the evening. Cook outside.
Hey, who doesn't like to grill outside, cook outside, whether you're using, charcoal, propane, sun oven, or, hey, just got a fire pit going and something over it, all kind of choices, to...
That's actually a great idea. You could do hot dogs or things like that, whatever you like, because it's still kind of cool enough that you're not going to be swelteringly hot. So if you have a fire pit, take full advantage. Have a weekly fire pit evening. Now, this is something we don't have.
Probably want to sometime, though.
We do. We want some sort of a setup for a fire pit at some point. We just got to figure out that setup in the backyard. But we have a sun oven. We have a grill. And these things really help, especially when it starts to get warm during the day because it heats your house up. You want to avoid heating your house up too much because once it gets warm, it kind of stays warm. It holds the heat. Switch to cold brew coffee.
This is one here. If you're a big coffee drinker, hey, get you a cold brew system, have it in the fridge, just have cold coffee instead of using your coffee pot and energy, during that time. something that, can definitely help save money. Or, if you do have solar, that's how we run our coffee pot.
But whenever it's warm, we will be switching to the cold
Yeah.
brew system because it does take a little bit more planning. You have to have it ahead of time. You need to have it sitting in your refrigerator for whatever length of time your system takes. But they do work really well,
They do.
and they taste really good. And it's going to be a great thing for us whenever it's summertime. We're going to yard sales in the morning. I have it ready, and
Need
it's not as
something to
much
get
work.
your wage.
It's that cold and that coffee. It's all at once.
Oh, I forgot which one was next. So, spring. So when spring hits, there's usually a lot of stuff going on because everybody's wanting to get outside
Yes.
then. So there's a lot of free events usually that's going on. It's maybe something you're interested in, you can go to. Like, your local state park has something, your local community center, your local town playground has something. There's always something that people are trying to have events for this time of year.
Absolutely. It's really a wonderful time. Everybody's tired of being inside. Look at entertainment subscriptions. So you're going to be outside more, especially if you're homesteading. In the wintertime, we tend to be inside a bit more for a lot of us because there's not as much gardening and things like that to do. So you might have gotten a subscription or two. Look at those. Do you need to cancel them? Do you need to push them out for a few months? Just see if there's anything you could cut back on for the next, 7-8 months that you're going to be outside more often. I mean, this was something we did last year. Is we cut back a lot of subscriptions that we had because we didn't have the time to use them.
Right, exactly.
Because of this. This next one is something we've been doing right now. It's been really heavy.
Right, and we're sort of prioritizing our project list. We're looking at stuff that doesn't cost anything to do.
Yep. So we're making our list of everything that needs to be done when we need to have it done. And right now we're really hitting the ones that don't cost us anything hard right now.
Right.
So containing our berry vines, putting up fencing for the berry vines. Most of these things aren't costing us any money, or if they do, it's very little.
Exactly.
So we're really focusing on these, and this has saved us a lot of money because we're getting a lot of projects done. We're really pushing through I'm pushing through a lot of stuff and getting it done and making a lot of progress on the homestead.
Yes, definitely.
I made lots of big progress. I just knocked off 3 really big ones on our list, and I'm so excited.
Well, if you've got any tips that you want to share, for everybody else, make sure to put those down below in the comments. We're definitely going to be turning that heat off soon, and you'll definitely hear about it in the Homestead Frugal Tactics when we do. But also go and check out our link tree with all of our other content.
And as always, thank you for joining us on the Canny Couple, where we work hard, live simple, and enjoy life. Have a wonderful day.